has shot below $300. There's some great opportunities to make some good profits. We are now on day number 18. We're going to now look at what is the best way to wait for a very high probability setup to potentially further short the market now that we've had a really clear signal that is showing strong signs of weakness. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jiggy. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro, featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive straight in. So when we trade, we always use two time frames, a higher degree time frame and a lower degree time frame. In this instance, when we've been watching BNB, the majority of the time, the higher degree time frame has been the daily chart, and the lower degree time frame has been the 4-hour chart. And yesterday, what we said was we had this very nice ABC correction, and it's just that a textbook moved to the downside. However, we didn't take this trade, and there was a reason we didn't take this trade. One, because the probability wasn't stacked in accordance to our trade plan. So what I mean by that is, in the top right hand corner, this is the video on YouTube yesterday, the daily momentum was bullish, and we ideally don't want to trade against the daily momentum. We ideally want to be patient for the next bearish reversal, and then that increases the odds in our favor to be on the correct side of the market. Really, really, really important. And I try and get this across to individuals. Now, this would have been a great setup because we were looking at this yesterday at this point, but we said, look, unless we drop down to an hourly chart, we can't take this particular trade because on the daily momentum. So what do we do now? Well, the two things that we said yesterday was, if we see price go below this point over here, let's just draw a line over here. Made this black. Let's go black. Done. This is a strong indication that this will hold, and this is likely to be either a wave 2 or a wave B. But because we smashed through this potential wave C, is looking much more likely that this is a wave 1, a wave 2, and it looks like we're forming a wave 3. So now let's just do a bit of analysis on what this is looking like. This is our original viewpoint. What we said, we're on day number 18 today, so almost 3 weeks in. What we said was, if there's a 1 or A, it's more likely to be a 1 now, as opposed to an A. Let's just update this. And then this as well. More likely. And I'm going to show you why. Not confirmed yet, but if this is the case, then we should anticipate a wave 3. A wave 3 is 1, 2, typically goes down to 1.618 to 2.618. Have I got that on the chart? I have down here, 2.618. So there's still a lot of downside potential movement. So what is this looking like here? What is this particular part of the market looking like right now? This over here. Well, this looks like an initial wave 1 of a wave 3, a wave 2 of a wave 3, and it looks like we are forming what looks like to be a wave 3 of a wave 3. If that's the case, this tends to be quite aggressive and impulsive to the downside. And that will potentially finish off the bigger degree correction that we were looking at as well. And by the way, if you're not used to Elliott wave counts, waves, there's normally waves within the waves. So for instance, we're looking at this here as a wave 2. This is a wave 2. However, wave 2s typically break down into an ABC structure. So you can see that. So now we've got 2 degrees of wave counts. We've got a wave 2, and then we've got an ABC of a wave 2. So if you want to learn how to do Elliott wave counts, take my Elliott wave and Fibonacci masterclass when we do the wave counts, and then we do some price analysis to see what's the typical ratios in association with those Elliott waves. One of the best ways of reading the markets and being 2 steps ahead. And if you've been following this for the last 18 days, you'll be seeing that we're really pegging it quite nicely with high probability. So what we're going to look at now is, I'm just going to show you what I believe is reasonably highly probable to unfold. Is likely we're going to see the initial part. We got a wave 1, what looks like to be a wave 2, potential wave 3, 4, and then a wave 5. Something along these lines. Now, if this is the case, we want to look for entry opportunities to ride this trend to the downside. Now, obviously, this part has already taken off. We made some good profits here. We made some further profits here. We haven't taken the trade over here mainly because of the daily. So what we're going to do now, we're going to look at the daily chart and the daily momentum and what we ideally want to wait for. And if that coincides with pattern and price, which is going to be more of a correction, what we want to wait for is some type of correction to the upside and be patient for the momentum to be in our favor. So if I jump into the top right hand corner, is where I keep my daily chart. I'm only going to focus on the momentum. What I would ideally like to see is either the momentum gets overbought, so into this, above this black line over here, or goes to the upside and makes a bearish reversal. Either in the overbought zone, that would be ideal. But if it's a really strong trend to the downside, we may find it does something like this. But upon this bearish reversal is either when the daily momentum's up here, it's called overbought. That tells us, it gives us an indication that the momentum, the rate of change, is on a upper swing. So the upside should be limited. Or if we get a bearish reversal before that, now obviously there'll be a bullish reversal and then a bearish reversal. So it might take 2 or 3 days. And what we're doing here, the concept is that the immediate train has left the station. We saw that yesterday and has made a nice move to the downside, almost $30 from $310 to like $280. And with a tight stop loss, that was a pretty significant move to the downside. So now we're going to be patient for the next bearish reversal. And if it does unfold, going back to the 4-hour chart, we ideally want to look for something like, I'm going to draw it like this, just so you know what will typically unfold. Something like this. And then if this coincides with pattern and price and time, we will look for a logical entry point on this wave over here with a stop loss above this high. If being the operative word, if it unfolds like this. But because the waves are looking quite impulsive to the downside, corrective to the upside, A, B, C, and again, impulsive, this initial movement to the downside is impulsive, which means that any movement to the upside, the probability is that it's going to be a correction and not take out this swing high. If it does, we need to reevaluate. And if it does do this, at this point and this point, depending on what the daily momentum is doing, is we want to look for, like we did previously, a logical, high probability trade setup, ideally on a swing low with some type of follow through. So right now, we take 3 positions, right? We got long, which is buying, we got short, which is selling, and the third is standing aside. Right now, we are being patient for the next high probability setup. If it doesn't occur, then it doesn't occur. But we may just need to stand aside for 2 or 3 days, and then hopefully that will coincide with the 4-hour momentum, making some type of either a bullish reversal like this. It's more than likely they're probably going to go up, down, and then it'll probably be the next one. The next one that will more than likely coincide with the daily. And that'll take a few days in itself. And it'll be at this point, if it unfolds like this, that we will be looking to take a potential short trade. But again, too early to say. We now just need to be patient and wait 1 or 2 days. We'll see how it unfolds. And if it does unfold with an ABC correction, then we'll look to leverage that opportunity because there's going to be loads of opportunities. But we want to just stack the odds in our favor and then trade that edge. So the odds being pattern, momentum, time, and price. When all 4 coincide, or 3 out of the 4 coincide, it's a very high probability setup. So take the masterclass and join me tomorrow for day 19 of Follow Me on Binance Coin BNB. We're literally following it day by day. We've had 3 profitable trades, but it hasn't really taken off. But now it looks like it's starting to take off to the downside as anticipated, but we're not in the market right now. We're going to wait patiently to see if there is a correction and look to enter on a logical point with a tight stop loss with acceptable capital exposure. 3% is what we're going to risk on the trade. All right, let's finish on a quote. It's MJ, Michael Jordan. Very important, because what most people don't realize in the markets is anything can happen and we have no control. And we want to get consistent results in an uncertain space. But what we're doing is we're becoming the casino and just playing the odds over and over and over again. So over a period of 6 months, 12 months, 36 months, 24 months and beyond, we should get high probability increase in our equity curve in terms of our portfolio. So MJ, this is important. This is an important one. So he says, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Now, we don't know before, like we saw yesterday that it was likely that the price was going to go down, but we're waiting for a signal. Now we've got that signal, and now we're going to wait for the correction. And we're just going to wait for the edge and then trade the edge. And our job is just to be consistent traders where we spot the edge based on momentum, pattern, price, and time. When we see the opportunity, we trade on a swing low. If we get triggered, we have a tight stop loss, and then we manage our positions with our insurance position and our profit position. So join me tomorrow for day 19, and let's just see if we do unfold and get a correction. It might take 2 days, but we'll just follow it day by day, and we'll see how it unfolds. So I'll see you tomorrow for BNB day number 19. See you then.